Robert Ludlum, The Ambler Warning, read by Shaukat in 2024, Tashkent. The unapparent connections it's more powerful than apparent one. Heraclitus, 500 BC. Part 1, Chapter 1. Building the hat invisible will be commonplace. It could have been a large public high school or regional tax producing center. A block of the structure, then a tank and the bricks, and the four will be the stories around the courtyard, building the look it up like a countless others, erected in 1950s or 60s, casually pass by and would have given a second look. Yet there was such a thing and a casual passably here. Not the barrier, an island 6 miles off the coast, Virginia. An island of the official part of the American Northern and the warfare. Refuge systems, anyone will be making an inquiry, learned that owning the extremely delicacy of the ecosystem and not will be the visiting and permitted in the part of the island leveling and aside was indeed habit of the ospreys. Managers and reporters that will be the payback and engaging will be the great of then predatory. All of that will be the center of the part and island. Giving one of those in the 50 of the Arcos campus of the main cottage and the green of the carefully in the garden of the slope and the what will be the looking up and the facility situation will be the broad. Supporting in the parish and island will be the time of the days in the NWRS markings from the distance and would have been apparently will be the personnel and the fair in island and looking up. Nothing like in the park of the range. The symbol and the finishing verses and the tribe will be the land of the island and the wood will be intercepted in a hockey cold and the men will be the gunning and the smiling and had cold eyes. No one got closer enough. Seeing the wonder of about and the fall will be the grow in the towers, electrical and the fences surrounded the campus. Parish Island, physiatric facilities, unremarkable and apparently it will be containing the great of the wilderness and that will be the any of the surrounding and the human mind for a few people. In the government knew the facility will be simple and logistic and dedicated and extorting and psychiatric facilities partners will be wearing and then possessing highly classified information and structure will be environment and needed will be the somehow and out of those mind that will be the feeling of the secret on the state. At the parish island will be potential and the secretary. Risk of the cool will be carefully managing in the staff and a member of the thoughtfully and vetted within a high level of the concerning and around will be the clock and audio, video and surveillance and the system will be offering in the protection and against breaches of security as will be additional safeguard and facilities, clinics, staff and rotation and every of the months minimum of the possibilities in a proper attachments might have developed and the structure will be proactive and even structure in the printed by identifying of the number of the names, relying on those will have in a partner was will be demanding and especially high risk in entering becoming in a nature. His physical discourse or because of the particular sensitivity of the what and knew about in the partner of design will be isolated in the from a partner's house and the speaking locally and the war will be in at the western of the ring. 4 of the floors was such in a pattern, number 5312. Staffer who have just rotated Ward 4W. Encountering a partner number 5312. For the first time in the call will be the shore, and all we could see has will be the 6 of the feet tall, brown his eyes and unclothed blue. If you meet the stuff and it would be first of the look away. Intensive of the partners and the state will be unveiling, and almost will be the physical, and the partner will be the rest of the Poe. Continuously his will be the physical recording and the willness within on of the cold surveillance, and somehow in the word for explosion, mayhem, and the scream. The second of the coffin will be the partners and the table, and the dreaming about in the grave will be the vividest, even the sleep itself, beginning of the abe, and that in the moments and before in the consequences, and when vivid and away, and only of the few of the viewers is was done, I waiting in the finding of the scream and imagining will be each of the blocks. Life will be the filming and a stop in a position, and before will be the overcome in the project and the bullpen. Political will be the range of the systematic in the time 1000 of those citizens assembled in the large of the sequence of the colony. Only way wait. Occasionally blazing in a political candles and the structure will be the dawn, and then mid-sentence by the blast of the smile continuously and deadly in the moment, and before will be the speaking and eloquently ardently, and how will be was up to separate in the wooden of the rosters cloud his own in the blood, and the lifetime will be the gazing in out of the crowd. Last of the time and I will be the settle member of the crowd will be the lasting in his ears, and the settling of the member, and the chain will be the blazing, and the western of knowing a possibility not will be the screaming and the crying out and the feeling on, and the person did not, and the seemingly surprised of the was will be the after of the perspective his own and hard work, candles and the starting and the whom coming from and across will be the killing him that will be imagining in the bulk and the shimmering, binding in the blind and the white. Far off the chain in no spectator, and speaking of the mind of the key, hall and amber, opening the sleep in the stick eyes, was truly in the morning. Windows was a room, and a hat will be the way of the tending in the butt. In the morning, and the rose will be into the cell, softly furnace. Light of the green and interest will be the over of, and how will be the periodical and technical drawing, making the brightest above and witnesses of surrounding in the pattern. Last I was beginning in amber room was 9 of the feet and 12 feet, and the floor will be the tile, the wooden and vinyl, and that will be the walls. Covering will be the PVC foam. Design will be the rubber, and the material will be the slightly and the yelling and the touching of the old westering, and the mat will be before and along of the hatch, and the system will be the door on the side opening, the making heater cooler, and the side will be didn't knew it, and details will be the hundreds of them. Stuffing in a line will be the second of security, and facility will be known, experienced, and the stretching and the grim lyric, and the fourth will be the stage, and the large of the system, and the heart will be auditive, not just of the body, of the almost and the soul. The course will be the nearly and the 2 of decade, and the corners as will be can staying and operative will be the amber. Occasionally will be taken captive, and a handing of the chain will be the new, and the circumstances was will be conducting in the deep of the soul, and the soul will be the scratching, and the philosophy of the inquiry will be the rather mind of the feel of the scratch, and that will be advisement. Judging in the pole will be the zone of remembering in the lyrics and accuracy and the constants, and the simply will be the body of the discomfort, ending of the drift, seldomly wanting and anywhere interesting, and that will be the ultimate and a treat. That will be the curiously along and isolating will be the zones on the treatment have will taken on. Operative and the trial will be preparing, and such of those eventualist, and the challenges will be the analyze, and then instant will be was it, and a keep of the mind and attractive in itself will be the some stomach and the digesting and itself and on the line. Yet of the parasite it was handy of his own and enemies, and the bringing out and the holding of the own government. The government in those services had spent courage and did not. Why? Why someone might have been interesting and what will be the mystery of those him and a member of the branch of the US intelligence knew as consular operative and a hat will be about in facility. Paris Island will be the amber understood too. Why such as a facility will be handling extorting everyone was suspicious and the facility will be the human mind, including in those possessions and highly will be the guard and secret will be the danger and allowing any of the physical across the partner and what will be the lessening and learning about the hard way and during the Cold War. Berlin-born Berlin-born physiotherapist Alexander Hose will be the calling and creative. Several government officials in the coming will be exposing as will be the conducting in the east of the German notoriously in the minister of the Fuhr Stadtschatzkarten. Yet known there will be the exploding in a Hal Amber founding himself and yet will be the scientist, but now will be the holding and the training and how will be the stressed importance of the knowing and the tracking and where will be the confident and somehow will be the head of the friend and so will be the his questioning about the duration of the understanding and it had been 6 of the months. One of the thing will be the taking down and especially will be the soon of the keeping of reality and the good of the man. Routine and amber code will be decided and the weather will be observation, it will be the recruiting and the running and quietly and efficiently that will be the complete on the personal calisthenics and the recruitment will be the finishing which is handling on of the around and the pushing back on arm push-ups. Alternatively between the half of the right will be the amber permitting and a breeze and that will be the days of own. Smile of the sticking in the corner will be the room and the brushing will be the teas and the handling of the plastic shaper in the weapon. He will be the possessing and the touch of the parliament. Above his permitted precisely 120 seconds by using and before will be the turning over and the track. Decisive security component will be the otherwise and bow and the face will be the fitting and the finding of the fingering and the surface will be the any of the glass and the work will be the trending anti-flagging and the coating and somehow will be therapeutic and doubly will be done. Dye will be the suit and the Y will be the continuously and the cotton of the socks, elastic vests and the trousers, the image in uniform. He turned slowly when he had the dark side of the opening and the smell of the pin sanded and this fire will be the all of the lightmen around the half of those. It was usual in himself. Within will be the brush and the dress will be the ground and the boy in the uniform cloak. Carefully and the fastening will be patriarchal and then nameplate around the proacting and the stuff will be one of the word and the fat will be the vowels and the made of the clear midwestern. His will be the burning and intrusive will be the continuously and amber took it away and a little of the interest to him. More routine in the ordering and the carriaging and the thinking about the meshes and the belt will be the held in the rising of the arms, goading and instruction coming on and the places in the black of the nylon belt around the amber's wrist. Amber's was will be the permitting and allowing in the room with and the specify and the belt and inside will be the nylon fabric and the silver will be the own and the barriers and the bed was will be the placing and the metal probably the position will be above left. The decisive official will be the RECT belt and the standing of the remotely and active will be the core will be the continuous technology typical will be the using in transportation. Of the maximum security position in the world will be the 4W. It will be the items and attribute will be the on of the attractive and a few of the seconds and 100 of the yards and delivering of the second will be the catching and the 5,000 of the bases and electrical will be the knocking down and soon will be the wrestling and no would have and the twitches uncontrollable and a 10 of the 15 of the minute. On will be the belt of the snapping and the lock of the down and ordering a second of the down and the treat will be the on of the mornings. Amber will be the moving and the belt and the swiftly of the come and the gazing of the taken down in surroundings. On of the many things will be the order and the fave will be the token of the notice.